Happy Valentine's Day. So beautiful that there's this national holiday, at least in America, to celebrate love. So sweet. And really, it'd be nice to celebrate love every day, all the time. I think we all can agree we all love love. So, the problem, I don't want to say the word problem, it's not necessarily a problem, but what can feel like a problem in this society is love is taken to mean personal love. So Valentine's Day is particularly about romantic intimacy between two lovers, sexually or just relationships, romantic relationships. And then we've kind of, I feel like over the years, we've expanded that to be just any kind of relationship, like family or friends. And so I've noticed that that's shifted, which is great. So I think that there's a natural evolution of consciousness to sort of expand from this limited concept of what love means or looks like. But even with friends and family, it's still a person to person love, which is so beautiful and sweet. But it's not the love that I mean when I talk about love, and that I think all of us mean when we really talk about love, if we're honest, if we're really looking at what love means and what does it come from and what is it really. I mean, love for a friend or family member or a partner, romantic partner, really comes from the same source if you really boil it down to what it's made of. And that source is you, me, us, this. And there is no you, and there is no me, and there is no us. It's really just this one love that moves everything. Like, how am I speaking right now? It's such a basic thing. We just take it for granted and we just blah, 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 all day, forever. And we think it's me talking. I am talking. I am choosing these words. And I can even have some like mindfulness of awareness of, no, I'm going to say that one. I'm not going to say that one. But when we really look at the mechanism of talking, like, how is this happening? And science might explain something. Science is really good at explaining the how of the mechanics of talking from vocal cords and vibration of vocal cords, so they can sort of explain the body's mechanism of speaking, but it doesn't ever explain the source of what creates that. What creates vocal cords? What allows vocal cords to vibrate? What is vibration? That's the rabbit hole. That's the juicy stuff. So that unknown mystery of what creates everything, life, all things, all movement, that's love. That's what I call love. You know, we have different words we can use. We can call it source. We can call it God. We can call it, sometimes we call it the universe. Call it spirit or presence, awareness, consciousness, really self, capital S, self. So many words pointing to the same thing. It's not a thing, but you know, same. And it's really extraordinary to allow love to live through. App Store update. That was love. That was a message from love from Apple. Yeah, I mean, really, just everything is love. And then to express love, I mean, we all just love love. We love romantic comedies. My gosh, we love stories of people falling in love and even just kindness. Love watching YouTube videos and movies about just people being kind to each other or to animals, or sweet animals that are just pure love, innocence with those doe eye. I mean, you could just feel the pure innocence. Love. Songs about love. Love, love, love. Yeah, it's really this magical mystery, and I can't ever know it. And so this personal love thing is where we get disappointed by love, and where we seemingly have this experience of like, I opened my heart and then it was broken and shattered and I will never love again, or it's going to take me a long time before I love again. And that's all in the realm of personal love. But love is here always, regardless of circumstance, and it's not personal. There's a personal expression of love, and we can sort of direct love towards people and towards things and say, I love chocolate. I love my mom. I love dancing. Of course, that's beautiful. It's a focus of attention of love, of who we are. Our nature is love. And I don't mean that you feel loving, blissful feelings all the time, because that's not true. That's not possible. It's not, or maybe it's possible. It's probably possible. But it's not like to be expected, or that's what love means. It's really, love is everything. Love is what holds the expression of whether it's a loving feeling or hate, even, or sadness or anger. And love is the spaciousness that all of that arises in. And it's the seeing, it's what sees all of that. So we're able to name, I'm sad. So it's who's sad and who's noticing sadness. What is that? Can you follow that back to its source? Who is sad? There's sadness. It's an emotion, and it's here, and that's palpable, and you can feel it in the body. Often that's in the heart, where we normally associate love to come from. And it's like, well, I don't have love right now. I have sadness. Is that true? Is love really gone when there's sadness? What notices that there's sadness? And is that sad? So there's a sinking back into what's looking, what's experiencing. That's you. That's who you are. That which experiences all feelings and thoughts. That's your true nature as love. And then there's such a deep relaxation into that as that. And it's like, oh, so yummy, so blissful. It's not blissful all the time, because again, bliss is an energy. It's a feeling, and it comes and goes. But it's just this deep, deep resting in who you are, no matter what arises. It doesn't always feel pleasant. Life is not pleasant. Life is pleasant and horrible and fun and pain and all of it. So it's definitely not about bypassing. It's definitely not about pretending or ignoring difficult feelings. It's actually the opposite. It's actually going full in to anything that's happening. It's whatever is appearing. It's a openness to it. That is love itself. Gosh, my favorite thing is knowing that love is so incredibly unconditional. So unconditional that it allows everything. It allows ugliness. It allows people to be stupid to each other. And we certainly see a lot of that happening. Yeah, a lot of stupidity. A lot of lashing out, egoic craziness. Really, really crazy. Which can only really happen when you don't know yourself as love. But love, in its infinite expression and being and allowance, is even allowing that stupidity, that ugly human egoic behavior to happen. It's so free. It's so free, and it's so unconditional, and it's so already accepted. So, as a person, on a personal level, we can often feel like there's this journey to accepting ourselves and to accepting who we are and accepting life, accepting the government, accepting tragedy and horrible stuff that happens in the world. But there's this realization of, wow, I don't even have to accept it. It's already been accepted. That's the nature of love. Oh my gosh. That just straight to the heart. That's Cupid's arrow. Straight to my heart. How beautiful that is. All the pain and the suffering is so held in love. My God. It's exquisite. That doesn't make it good, right. It doesn't mean that I like it. I would love, as I'm sure all of us would love, to live in a world that feels so kind and safe to just be, and that there isn't so many rules and people getting triggered left and right, and so much masquerading, so much hiding who we truly are from each other to try and stay safe or to try and present some image or be better than or worse than or blah, 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 blah. I mean, it just goes on, the ridiculousness of the human experience, what the human that believes itself to be separate will do for its survival. For its survival of just separate identity. I don't even mean survival of the body, because that's natural. Like, animals are constantly in survival, but they're not evil. I mean, I guess from one lens you could look at like pure raw jungle behavior as very evil, but it's not evil. It's just such a primal energy of attack and aggression. But it's not for the sake of aggression. It's pure survival. It's instinct. It's so raw instinct to just, I'm hungry. I must eat you and tear you apart. It's not personal. There's no person inside that. I mean, obviously it's not a person in an animal, but there's no identity. There's no I'm an animal killing another animal because you killed my friend. No, there's no personal drama. It's just instinct. Hungry, eat. And then there's no guilt about it. It's not like, oops, sorry that I killed you, but I was hungry and I had to. There's not this inner dialogue about it. It's just matter of fact. And that's free. That's so natural. But on the human, what the human does is it creates a whole character and a whole persona and a whole story of me and mine and what me needs and what me needs and wants, and me needs to get it in order to feel happy and satisfied. And that's all wrapped into the fear of death. So that's like a whole additional layer to just survival. That's like my survival means I must have this and this and this and this and that and da 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 da, and you must behave this way and that way and da 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 da, and you must say this to me, and whoo, of course we're exhausted, of course, and of course this society has gone mad, chaos. Although it actually still surprisingly functions quite well considering the madness. But we all know what it looks like to be ridiculous and scary as a species, just killing each other just out of grudges, out of personal opinions. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. That's pure egoic movement. It's just suffering for people who don't know who they are. And even that, I'm not even judging it. It's like, it's just what it is. It's what's appearing. It's what's being worked out in this mystery of life, this evolution of consciousness. It seems to be what needs to be worked out in order to see so clearly that that is not who we are, that it gets so ugly that we have to turn back to love. We have to. Come on. How much longer are we going to continue living like slaves to a desk, to a computer, to work, to money, slaves to a system that we don't even really like or want to be in? Yeah. And then taking it all out on each other with different, various levels of aggression, whether it's passive or whether it's very active and violent. Everything in between, every micro suffering of psychologically what we do just in our own heads is enough, let alone what happens on the outside. And there isn't even an outside. There's no inside outside. It's all you. It's all a reflection of you. Whatever's happening in here is what's playing out there. And we like to imagine that they're separate, and I can hide my personal fears and desires and judgments of you in this seeming separate compartment of my inside brain, and you'll never really see or know about it. Yeah, they see and they know. And when I say they, I just mean the world, seemingly others, which there isn't any others. It's all you. It's all love. So, yeah, let's keep remembering who we are. And I don't mean mentally, because remembering isn't the right word. It conjures up like more thought, more memory is in thought. And I don't mean remind yourself like, yes, I'm love. Right. What would love do? WWLD. Either what would love do or what would Larry David do? LDD. No, I don't mean that. I mean really stopping the mechanism of thought and coming back to, I'm just naturally pointing to the heart. It really does seem to be here, the center of who we are. But sometimes it's in the belly, sometimes it's coming back to our intuitive knowing in the belly, the root. Sometimes it's pulling back into witnessing of what's happening. Sometimes that feels like a pulling back. Sometimes it feels like a dropping into the body. What are the sensations in the body? What am I really feeling right now? And then who is noticing that? What is noticing that? And is that who I am? So really discovering this emptiness, this silence, your natural state of being is love. It's just so loving, so peaceful, so okay with everything. So I hope that you can feel this through my words, because it's not the words. I'm not speaking from word to mind, from mind to mind. It's I hope you can feel the love in what I'm saying, behind what I'm saying, and I hope that it just can sink in and we can share in this love together. It isn't, together isn't the perfect word because there's no you separate from me, but yeah, let's just say together. Why not? That's the play of this life, is we can play, we can pretend that we're separate and I'm loving you and you're loving me. And that's definitely more of the play that I want to see. I want to see us just being kind to one another, and it doesn't mean we're perfect, doesn't mean that I don't get angry and whatever, make mistakes, because I do. And it doesn't mean you won't, because you will. But it's just allowing love to be the foundation and trusting that that will guide us to the best action, way of being together in this life together. I hope that you feel this and enjoy this day, and whatever other day, if you're not watching this on Valentine's Day, just every day is love day. Every moment is love moment.